host position in the center. We're beautifully done.
Yo guys, no bet winner, no entry.
Sports fans out there, are you ready? It's a beautiful evening and welcome to tonight's game. The lady shows up and she's been denied. Oh no. But wait, she's back with bet winner. Wait. Oh, what a beautiful pass. And it's a
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below 18 years, and gaming can be addictive.
Everybody check now. Check it. Fa check it. Fa check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, check it. Fa check it, check it. Fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer, check it. Fa check it, check it, check it. Push sugar level, fa check it. Fa check it, check it, check it. Fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Now, talking about event review today, I want us to go to South Africa, SMBSU, and as performers, at every point in time, I will say, there two will be no, lesson, na isuya. South Africa, over the weekend, Saturday, at SMBC. Now, looks like for the past days, South Africa, they are always in the news. And chair ena omrapa bako, aka eboni tu, aye kuno, and also be dion komo waha. I should have experts, security experts. I'm going to share idea what we can do for our celebrities when we are out, when we are going for shows and all. Now, sa artist here make a friend Costa Tich. Waba Canada. The last time I performed in Ghana, na Stone Boy Beam concert, and a Brantiano. Or sapa papa. Ye jai a piano beat ni gum. Now see on sa. Obema sa dokon. On wazo. But okan asa guma. Ebiana Beam concert no ko baby so anu anko bi. Yenye say. Jata mamo Beam concert no mo share time or bag Ghana no. And yes as entertainment journalist programs bi aba betimi akobi. Kofo bi omo ye adwuma en so mo so mo ko ba bia omo tifi. Armchair journalism. Yenye ne sa. Armchair journalism the chum. Desktop journalism no atwam. Kobi. Now I can sit here and say, oh, I watched the guy perform live. Dole. Philly. Legendary. So let's go to Grand Arena, Hona Costa Tich Beam concert. And thanks to Stone Boy. Yeah, don't let us leave that out. Thanks to Stone Boy. He invited him for this show. Let's go watch his performance. Nothing Assam Mountain or South Africa. Assam Nehu, a Sansuya but a foot won't swim. Let's go watch this. I'll be right back. All right, so this is the South African musician we are talking about. The last time he performed here was in December. I think Stoneboy show was on 22nd December or 23rd, one of them. That was when he performed here at the Grand Arena. Now, that they are performing nice. Most of us in the auditorium, we didn't know his songs. But they were not all salama piano like dancing to the beat. He's actually a dancer. It was so beautiful. Now, Saturday, Sunday, a report from South Africa say, Oboshu, South Africa, na Johannesburg, but na stage so, yen hundi buy you who's a brand here trash first one, and first one, I mean, got to trash or tissue. I said, not or Nantiano, Tumrika or stage this one a pump or tissue, na. Omo guide stage you know F no I'm the general senior artist imitation. In fact, last December craft Richella Nigerian artist Arasta stage is Odimikasa ono so free boom ono so meti ote oh what's the name oh niti bo say kum or sorry here na odine say fa no fa the mic not the performance
the job is the job.
So I'm sure when he fell who say, oh, ebia act ni mu na what ya hwe ne kofa no omofa no di ni gina ho di ni gina ho ni 60 seconds 60 seconds crowd em say ni be 30 seconds crowd gina ho no sako from biem and that was all wo the CM no ka say there yamutu Costa Tich I was South Africa na e komo na doso ebi say ebiana yare bi won so ebi say smoke na ewo a stage in this one because sometimes when you are performing, they use some smoke and forcing here is an event a logistics provider until better churches and money kakra. Almost this animal na share my performer. A bit been a buff fantasy because I've read somewhere my producer will show that it says the gas in there it be a CO2 air carbon dioxide and say a dose one shall now suffocate you. Research has proven that even the smoke on the stage a dose one, you can suffocate and you die. Could it be that another thing? And there are lessons here for us all to pick from. Let's go to South Africa. Now, yanko share send action e koy na fe. Yamra metro communities this year.
Yeah. You know what? And it's a keyless tune there. Yeah, if you didn't know, then now you for know. Sammy Flex TV, we be the best. If you didn't know, now you for know. Sammy Flex TV, we be the best. Celebrity interview, we be the best. Public relations, we be the best. Online promotion, we be the best. And live streaming, we be the best. As we start to run things, no be today. We taking over Africa, no be play. Sammy Flex TV, is here to stay. We always standing tall, forget your two-way. Everybody like our team, no. Flex TV, we entertainment, your promotion, our variety. Speak, yeah. If you didn't know, then now you for know. Sammy Flex TV, we be the best. If you didn't know, now you for know. Sammy Flex TV, we be the best. Celebrity interview, we be the best. Public relations, we be the best. Online promotion, we be the best. And live streaming, we be the best.
Chalet, this be Sammy Flex TV. For entertainment, this be the best TV. The whole of GH, town and village, we bring you the best sound and the best image. Forget what they pay you, make we entertain you. You not go fit move.
I've seen videos, but this particular angle from my producer, Facebook Jata, has really given me another sad feeling the more. Number who some from afar, be from a chibat. Director will free or couple or speaker no sound that me whom be saying. And what could have happened? And then pan a bit me ama obi odina stage so many just no complaint and home baby any ya. And Jata Safa video in Brabim, the first four no like no and yet and they want collapse you and they ask to me can across any home. Let the video play. My share there. Let me watch the first four. Send the Tich first one. Now, me say, "Nanke some who said no, something was not right." Because at that time he was doing everything normal.
He just wasn't paying attention to himself.
First one, sorry,
but sometimes the adrenaline when you are on stage.
Damn, gosh.
And he went with the beat too. He went with the beat.
On the house one in nine, that be the whole crowd no call you. Oh. Forcing. What are some of the suspects? What's that?
First of all, Michia Ashefo, and a mom war a fan, you as a fan engine, I say, internet at that moment, and a Michia, Lucian Afonso. I'm Fia Granabodo. It's also special ops for
special ops, yeah. I'm there, Champa.
It's quite sad. That's I mean. The thing is the human body is a machine. The whole thing is a machine, and sometimes it fails. Sometimes things happen, and then I've watched men of God preach and die on stage.
Yeah. I think recently there was a documentary like that.
Yes.
On my compilation of people who have died. People just die, and
the causes of such sudden death is mostly cardiac arrest. When the heart just ceases, you die. And there could be a root cause to this. You see, he fell down initially. Sure, some part of his body was failing. Either he was feeling dizzy.
Yeah.
And when you are feeling dizzy, it kind of affects your limbs. Your legs and all that. So he fell down. If he was paying attention to himself, I'm sure he would have stopped. But what he is doing, performing on stage, mostly it requires a lot. There's a lot of adrenaline rush. So bibi ya okranti na omo bi perform o se otimi ma no ho so de no ho bofo mpra. As is on tipping no. Yes, one thing because adrenaline no rush it through your whole body. A pump anti. That time they want to say nka otie ne honama nka first from no boy. You could see say he was no longer in control of his legs.
Yes.
Na ye ono no control the leg. E ka ono a nka obepɛ sɛ obekɔ say but na leg na fail no. Nti na baby and the balance no. I don't know.
Should we blame his handlers for not knowing him or not being careful?
Probably it is not. It could be something that has already been happening to him, or it could also be that it's something that just happened to him then. Because a human body, no, a machine. Odo car na ma car she. Odu baby I said I say me nkobio. O spark ya. Anse nsia na mbesi ha. BBC akwamia na medum jay. Me sounds back if you want say on spark give you machine. Edu baby na baby enko touch ma stop it. So that's and we have various organs within us. Your liver is there, your kidney, your heart. Even the skin is an organ. You get it. The skin is an organ. Your brain can just go damaged within a twinkle of an eye. What causes stroke? Obina mana
was easy.
Nefa is easy. It is coming from your brain. Stroke is from your brain straight. Until some part of the body. And you could see this man was having either a seizure or a stroke. Because first time, or lose control of the legs. Not never edge. What there's a video, no? And a top form. Which means he was probably having a stroke. You get it? And all from no solution or niti echo ball. Subs na subwoofers are very hard. Into native boss sub now. Probability of a concussion, a concussion is very, very high and you could die. What I say, the way I know 1 in 9 is there are all symptoms of concussions. What I say. From this time in Yahoo, he is having stroke and back pain. You get series of it. Just recently, I had I had opportunity to speak to a doctor who was telling me about how stroke occurs. I said, you get series of strokes. We get series of strokes, but we just ignore it because and can't want to her. We only give it attention when a child to her and our man attention. But sometimes baby to me a malfunction, but you don't give it attention. So we all get serious. In the first one, I can't at all. Come on, attention. Come said no, baby, hear me. What I say. So these things normally happen. And on stage performing, that's what I mean.
First, let me specifically ask this. Time na or movement, we saw the stage smoke, You say na anodin pa. Could it be one of the factors? Because I've read somewhere, I've done a research on it. Amoka said, if it becomes too much, a concentrated area, it can suffocate you. I don't know if Jata, you can show that research. Then has a bit to me the account.
That's I will not dispute that. I will not dispute that at all.
So, because this is it.
Yes,
some of these things, it be annoying.
Or a bit of asthmatic, condition.
In fact, someone like that. We were even hearing that he is epileptic, but as a shed down confirming
because there's a couple of what I wanted to talk about and then say, Brasame, to be an artist performing on stage, you may be an side, effect. There are hazards to every profession. Almost some profession, There was a time, let me give you one story. There was a time we went to perform. You were there. We went to perform at Kigali
Okay.
with Sugar Lord. And that night after the performance, do you know Sugar Lord went blind?
Really?
I'm not joking. He went blind totally. And it was crazy. The same way, me nibre sampan and me kind of hasa. It was a serious thing. One, the lights, no.
Arrangement, you know.
Light arrangement. Oh yeah, artist. So artist kasa obe show na kasa man 100,000. Men kasa na obe perform 2 minutes near 100,000.
Light arrangement. You
can actually go blind.
I don't know if you guys remember. Because I don't know if you guys remember. Yeko Kumasi.
Yes, the blinders.
Mene and Kobobi Konto Kasa. When we went for Shatawale show in Kumasi, same way. Yeko and Kofon the blinders assist stage. So blinders I say boy we no. Omo dey see form.
Yes.
And I own na be show him
Direct on stage.
So I told the organizers no. Shatawale won't perform if the blinders is here. Because yan perform yan to make a crown.
Inna entiasema making or perform you know. After some time, no, I say the new session. That day you were all there. Afterwards we sat down near G and Nika non count.
Yeah,
non count. No wada. Because I say the new session. We all thought it's near she. At Banapano na or blind. It took us a lot. A lot of, going to the hospital, a lot of medications here and there before he got well. And you see, there are hazards to this profession. No, there are hazards. So artists just stage no perform, watch dark shades. Na obi te ho ni medwuma ni so no ka obi a wo dem so watch shades. Bi a light no hanani. And you will not understand, and artists may not come and explain to you, say, light in it, and do you know how difficult it is now to be on stage as smoke, bassa, and nowadays tonium. It's not easy, brother.
I've seen Samini on countless occasions stopping people from using the smoke.
Especially if you're a live artist.
No, Samini there, I've seen him countless times telling them, no, put it off.
Yes, and it's very, very uncomfortable. So these are some of the hazards that musicians go through. Light na flashes shum. No. Even the moving heads. The moving heads light na flashes shum. They can easily make you lose your balance. They can make you lose your balance easily. Because a chow in so you can easily you can easily go blind. You can easily go blind, or you can easily lose your balance and fall down. Yeah, this is so it could be a couple of, factors. That's why most artists, you don't have to be on stage performing. There's a great health risk associated with it. Standing on stage and performing for a very long time. Light, also sound, the sound energy. Sound. Light is an energy. Sound is an energy. And that mechanical energy, movie, a draining artist. It is very, very difficult to be an artist. Performing for 5 minutes as an artist,
Yes.
And somebody will not understand why an artist performs and deserves to be paid.
Thank you so much, Stephen Forson. I told you he is also a logistics provider. So more information coming in from that angle. Could you see how and your first now can't know. You see, I can tell you I can be able to be careful. What have you also seen so far? I see I don't know what's wrong with this. Ombenyano. Oh, that you're Ombenyano.
I get it. I get the problem.
What Forson is saying that he understands he might come to you for some consideration. But that doesn't mean you don't deserve it.
Maybe he's
No. I never let me put it on record and make it emphatically clear on this record, on this platform that I never say artists in Ghana don't deserve what they charge. In fact, they deserve even more. It is just because of the kind of industry we are in and the fact that we can't afford them. That's why we beg them to reduce their prices. But I want to state here and even give you reasons why they should charge more. For the job they are doing has hazards that can actually end their lives.
Could you come through?
Yeah, Costa.
very sad. As a South Africa, within a short time, never happened to Omono, especially in the music sector. It's very, very unfortunate. Such a young guy, very energetic. And
I hear he is 26.
28.
28, okay,
yes,
28,
and we witnessed him at Beam concert last year, and that was a hallmark of a great performer. Like I said, artists do be almost free. When they're on stage, they don't care about whether you know their songs or not. Almost they said they have a performance that they are ready to deliver. And they pay attention to that. And at the end of the day, before so movie, na audience na no omaniaje they are omoye no. He didn't care whether obi tonyum be an answer then nasa also and the way are only beat no punches ne woman no or they crack me at the ultimate say very beautiful. And all of a sudden na waiting me hearing kwasa no very sad. Remember Nabusia for Yako
and on the record label.
And in the record label. I think they also assigned to Convict.
He announced partnership with Convict in February.
He's ready to, conquer the world. These are the things that the world wants to see. Because if all stage is why you love it.
That he's a dancer.
Exactly. He's a professional dancer and all the music, Yes, and never be said bad. It gives us a lot of things to learn. Na ya heard ye betimiaye ye nipa mun ye betimiaye dan because there are things that you can never control it because an artist is very energetic, performing, and within a split second na wako off ana bibiato. E be den say obetimi e de wadwen aka say o Mr. Dinner ho ba bia obey week na wakoba na mahu ni say ye creatives no I know they say you be share your sicknesses at times say area. It's very difficult because the fear of being stigmatized and I say be a ubelu shows and I say you wouldn't have that platform to be a uber performing because the label waiting I can so be a go off like 1 year and go show that fear so be try no be about you position you don't be counted among all these things you try to harbor it obi okron can't ni label they won't tell their manager they won't tell what their ailment near their no more they are sure and on the me do baby na fe out of the blue na baby side atu na ya show most of them are me back out. Would do the last pointer. Maybe then they gather the confidence to come out
to talk
and talk about it. So I have been suffering from this, from this recently. Adina ever share fibroid. After so I'm going through surgery, no, share me.
Joy Beans
exactly, and also be share most of them not
that JB the asthma,
asthma.
Yeah, so
and that one is very dangerous. An artist or something asthmatic. Not smoke
you are singing from the lungs and your breath.
So I share with the manager. Anytime the manager will make sure say we don't have to get these smoke lights on stage because I know my artists. Make sure I say do your performance. Make sure say you don't open this smoke, don't on them. Send them anyway be and we the end of the air because a dancer, very dancer there. Oh, share the lifestyle all the time. He's dancing. It's a pass. Other news to be a call. Other stories probably ready. The family is so Oni Arabia. So other rumors among 40 can say or your collective I don't know. It is neither here nor there. But I can say it can also happen. Unexpected incidences be say I was stage. Then you're forcing can yes you can lose control of heart fate, cardiac arrest a bit me happen on stage. But when we always say we also have to be careful when artists are performing on stage. We need to have some people in the team. You would be able to monitor artists in the movement. It will support any since beer and
making a
normal beer, yes, you have to at times act because artists need the unaccept that weakness. I as a boxer, yeah, bono. What you say, yeah, bono pa na team ni wo ho say.
Stop fight. Say, I don't know, stop fight. Good, me kun.
What you say, yeah, boo, yeah, we say ye. We are throwing the towel. We are na ni bofu.
Why did you stop the fight?
Yeah, munim kuno.
Enjoy easy.
Wow, now, you have to get that edumrebia ubetimi. I'm making sure say no. If say
authority,
yes, performance they be breaking the kakra na watimia happen so bia no na relax kakra no ato so I think it will be better than say e be say na yellow see a artist no. And also we need to make sure say you be check your health. You be when ye pa because you aduma bia e betimi ajo time ama you may never pay attention to some of those things. Yeah. We sleep at odd hours. We eat at odd hours and all of that. At times, few penny to me exercise in pony and it is any money now. What me checking now, Fimpo near best natural ones by him. So the person was making sure so no one can or shen we. And I think say young country or more around us. We should know ourselves better. Okay. And also value ourselves because if you go at times listen to what your body is telling you, okay, Charlie, this time I think I can't do this performance. I need to rest a bit so that I can get more energy for subsequent shows near that. But it's rather unfortunate. Yes.
May his gentle soul and hard-working soul rest in perfect peace. Roland Amate will speak finally on this particular topic. Then we move on to the next business. Ro, what have you also gathered so far from South Africa?
Before I come, I'm in chair for I'm in chair a brand here PK. I will go more senior high technical.
Good.
Wouldn't say even in football, before I ever transfer player, in say no here ding, I would team or bomu power. But before I ever transfer the free team or bomu, they are quite different team. Yeah, the medicals.
Yeah, army time.
Yes.
No, me never tata mobone.
From what you 3 weeks could see
or heartbeat
Morian, you fail one and they will ask you to go back.
Wow.
And one thing I'm realizing in our field, and they say yes, just like any other field, especially football, they know their occupational hazards. They know the things they face when someone play loser. So sometimes, as much as possible, they try to, the ones that they can't control, they try as much as possible to at least hold them before. Until if Ochinebe, the player is playing, we've seen so many instances that players say Bobo Park so many cardiac arrest. Yes, so many times. But then, before a player do park, so at least the teams have been able to almost search or normal background to be before the player goes. And even whilst the player is on field, there are medics around who would give first aids and all those things. Recently it has become a requirement. Say obey event. Some of these paramedics and all that should be on standby. People would usually take them for granted and say she's some of these things can happen. If there were serious paramedics who are not more on standby, I'm sure when some of these things happen, at least first aid there.
They can attend.
Unless say they are extreme and it is beyond their control. Some of these things can happen. One thing in our entertainment industry is we mostly take our health for granted, both on and off stage. We mostly do. One thing that can lead to some of these things is your lifestyle. The lifestyle that we live, what we take in usually affects our whole system. And let's share system new. The kind of things we consume even in our space, from events to private parties to hangouts to nightclubs to all those stuff. The kind of things that we inhale, we smoke, we drink, we eat. All these things are contributing factors. an artist would, before climb on stage,
or to trim. Because I'm kind of my chat to
we try to
we try to so. Before Beko stage, we try to so.
We try to so. And the handlers can do all that they can. They can only be watchful. But say etisi usu stage in so. Obient me more. And as entertainers, sometimes that is what and only idea mostly a problem. We take our health for granted, which is why I will commend the recent ones. Almost try some preaching something about good health, even on their socials. I'm talking about those who even exercise and even put it out publicly to encourage others to even do it. Ochame Kwame, out of his various exercises, and it may inspire somebody like Sarkodie to also do the same, even before his performance. So even before he steps on stage, he's been able to assess his system so well that he knows what he's up to. And there's some perception also in the public, say, oh, when an artist is on stage, now I shut that car, fine. Fine. Some people know themselves so well, and they know, even in the studio, the lights, some of the lights that we are being exposed to crowd. And you're better. And you're better. And you can imagine the number and the heaviness of light at what stage. So an artist within 5 minutes on stage, you would never understand. And these are occupational. So me, I would just say, okay, now let's pay attention to our health, both on and off stage, and also be mindful of the hazards that come. There's one guy, Brandon Bruce Lee. He's the son of Bruce Lee. Okay. He died whilst acting out of a prop gun. A prop gun on year acting and one of the stunts that boom, a born in the way. Whilst on stage. These are all occupational hazards that usually come with the job. So sometimes in our line of duty, yes, we should not take so many things for granted. Usually that is what we do. Let's be mindful about even the occupational hazards around us and try as much as possible to at least prevent them.
Wonderful submission from my pundit here on the show. Roland Amate, Kojo King, and Stephen Forson.